Your Slaveless God is back with a new, actually, not new, an old series that I'm not rebooting, but making a new episode for. What if Deku was Venom and Carnage? With popular demand, and because you got to my viewer count of 70 views, I'm going to make a new episode, I think it's 10 now, of What if Midoriya was Venom and Carnage. Now, last time we left off, Midoriya was in a prison, helping his family out in simple ways. Talking to Midoriya, talking to Inka Midoriya, his mom, and Baku's mom, helping them through some situations. Also helping Baku through hero situations, basically, just like helping him out, just helping him, like almost like a big brother, trying to help him through situations. He was also talking to All Might last time we left off, and he basically said to him, there's people like me who destroy, who just destroy and doesn't do anything but destroy, but there's people like you, there's people like Bakugo, there's people like my mother, and all that stuff that create. And I destroy all the bad stuff, and hopefully it makes it better, it makes it more, and you build up it. You make it better, and you're supposed to make it better. And if you don't, I destroy it back again, and I destroy it. That's where we're going to start the video. As we see Midoriya in his jail cell, bouncing a ball. Just bouncing as we hear him just with Venom and Carnage. And Venom is just like, we could just get out of this place with ease. We have a monster stronger than most of these. As Carnage is like, yeah, yes, we could bring blood everywhere. As Midoriya is like, no. As he's bouncing the ball, he's like, something interesting is gonna happen. Don't worry. It's going to be, we're gonna have a fun time. As he bounces the ball, as he bounces it back, as we just feel this just bloodlust coming off of him, as we see all the prison people just being terrified of Midoriya, just backing away from his cell, keeping it as far away from it as possible, as we see something, as we change our locations to the Midoriya household. As we see Bakugo basically getting ready for his first day of UA, getting all of his stuff ready, packing his stuff up, as we see his little sister, I think I haven't made this, but I think she was 10. If I'm not, this is just a recap, she's 10 years old at this time. Yeah, 10 years old, let's say, at this time, as she's basically fixing Bakugo's tie, making him wear a tie in the first place, and saying, you have to be presentable for your first day. Actually, you have to be presentable for your first day. That's a fucking... One second. I have to get used to these making more voices, because I'm going to do that. You have to be more presentable for your first day, you older brother. And not like a delinquent, as he said it completely wrong. She's like, and he stands up and, you mean delinquent? She says, don't correct me, I was right. He picks her up and she says, it's good to be wrong, right? She says, well, maybe, but I was right. You know this. He puts him down. He says, just remember, you have to go to school too. He's like, no, I still have 2 weeks. And he's like, stupid freaking laws. As he opens the door and gets out to school. As we jump back to Midoriya, sitting on his bed, just bouncing the ball, as we hear gunshots and bodies dropping, as we hear like gunshots down in the distance, as we hear, where the fuck is that goddamn man who killed my father? As he smiles as he's seen this coming. Because he has basically just Venom everywhere, Venom and Carnage everywhere, so he can see at all angles of this prison, every single one. As he smiles and said, Venom, Carnage, as Carnage just says, playthings, as Venom just like, this was your plan the entire time. As both of them say, well, you're a genius. As the Venom and Carnage suit wraps around their body, as he smiles with this grimace to it that's scary almost. That's like, he looks like he's ready to murder. As he makes his giant, like an arm, his arm a ginormous sword. As he breaks it down, you just hear Carnage, kill, kill, as he just runs out. And the first person he sees, he's holding an AK, and he starts firing, and his head rips off. The next guy is just like, oh, what the fuck is that? As he just, like, entire half of the body is ripped off with a single slash. As, like, there's like 20 guys with AKs, like AKs and a bunch of other stuff, and it's just like, what the fuck is that shit? And they just start firing. As we just see Midoriya just be like, he just crouches down and starts dodging the bullets, and he slashes and slashes and rips people apart. He grabs one person's head, smashes into the brick wall like 3 or 4 times to basically crush his skull. And then we have like 6 people on Midoriya's back, just starts firing. As Midoriya smiles, as just a row of bullets in his teeth, as he shoots them back at high speed and just starts nailing them with bullets. As we see him grab, as people in the balcony start firing rounds, as we see him start getting caved off, as he makes a couple axes with throwing axes, basically grabs them and just chucks them at him, starts ripping off, just basically impaling them and ripping their faces off, as all of them are dead. As we see one still standing, alive but barely, and he crouches down and says, "Why so scared?" As he just eats his head off. As he starts munching on all of theirs basically brains. As we see the Hero Society and the police bust in the prison, as none of the crime people who are in the prison right now are harmed. So have a couple who have been shot, but only in minor places. But we just see Carnage and Venom, Carnage, Midoriya basically, not in the suit anymore, sitting on a top of bodies, just layered up bodies of some prisoners who got shot in the first rally, and just all these mafia bosses with fine good suits, and he's just say, if you can't protect me, I'll figure out someone that can, because this is getting ridiculous. As all of them don't have heads anymore, are ripped off, and none of them, some of their skeletons are ripped off, and he just grabs one of their arms and rips it off with a single pull, and he just tosses it to the side. Actually, no, he grabs it, rips it off, grabs one of the rings that's on it, takes it, looks at it, and tosses it to one of the police officers and says, "Take that for investigation. You'll see that it's one of the main crime families of this city." As he tosses down, as you just see blood everywhere on him, blood on his face, blood on his pants, as you see him, his shirt is just ripped off, as you see just almost skin and bone, but fine muscle, as you see scars that are from his past, as you see him walk up to one of the cops, as they're fucking terrified, as he walks up and says, "Bring me to the Midoriya household." I got some words to talk with them. As the cop just says, sir, I need you to take me now, before I rip your fucking soul out of your body. As you see, like Venom almost comes out with that voice. As we see Nezu, small Nezu, walk up and says, take him. We can't hold him here anyways. He could have escaped two weeks ago, easily. I'm guessing no one can hold him with that amount of strength and durability. As we see, he looks at him and just says, something you finally said right. I thought you were the smartest person. As he starts walking out of the prison, as we see, Endeavor, Fox, and a bunch of other pro heroes. Not all my. We see a bunch, just almost a full stack of pro heroes, sitting there, and he just walks out with his shirt ripped off, and he just says, and with his just black hair flowing, fucking anime pose it, as he basically just looks at all of them and says, so, who the fuck is gonna give me a ride first? As he just smiles, and he looks at Endeavor and he says, I really want this guy because he fucking, I feel like he has some fucking money on him. And then he looks at Hawks and he's like, but come on, the flight squad, first class, I kinda want that shit. As all the pro heroes looking at him, as we just see the cops pointing guns at him, just ready, but Nezu's just right behind him and says, no, you be driving with me. As we see a van. A nice car roll up as Midoriya whistles and he says, damn, I wish I had something like that. As he looks over and he says, is everything fine? As we just see everyone with high amounts of tension right now. And it's not even it's Midoriya just fucking off with all of them, and then everyone's on battle stance. If he fucks up, we have to go. We have to, because there's no All Might here. All Might's, his time ran out. So All For One is ready to burn him. Hawks is ready to shove arrows into his things. A lot of them are ready to kick off his fucking head. But no, Nezu walks him to his car. He opens the door. They shut it. And they both drive away from the situation. As Midoriya has got a change of clothes, a nice shirt that just basically says My Hero Academia. Not My Hero Academia, but I want the shirt just to say My Hero Academia sponsorship. I'm joking. No, it just says My Hero. I'm joking. I'm not fucked up that much, but it's just a plain white shirt with just regular sweatpants. Just saying this now, Midoriya's flying this shit. As he just leaned forward and he says, so you knew my strength this entire time. You knew that I could win, I could kill, I could massacre that entire prison with almost so much ease that it's laughable. That was not even a 2-security prison. That was not even a 2-level security prison. It was almost a 1. You knew I could rip off people's heads with ease. But you still put me in that security prison. Or should I say, hospital. And he puts the hashtags in, because it was not a hospital, really. It was supposed to be for the mentally insane and blah, blah, blah. But it's not. It was a security prison for the mentally insane that they knew still were dangerous. So basically a prison. As he leaned forward and he just says, but you put me in there, just let me go. Even though you can probably, as a smart person, show evidence even with my strong court case for me being mentally insane, and I am, get me to a high security prison, or even a high security mental prison that could fix me, and he puts the hashtags in there too. But no, put me in a low security hospital with low care, barely any care. Why? Zazu sits there and he says, because I know you're not really insane. You plan out scenarios too well. You're truly just a monster underneath those clothing. And I feel like you have lied to me in a couple cents of a word. As Midoriya is just looking at him and just says, lie to you? In what sense? And says, you have some connection to the Midoriya Bakugo family. Bakugo especially. He said you want to give so much help, and they wouldn't visit you as much as they did if they didn't have family connection. So, as he grabs a glass of tea, and he drinks it, and he says, I'm going to need everything that you have. Drug cartel. Everything. You can keep your secrets with the Midori family, but I'll make you a deal. If you can give me that, I'll let you go to UA. As Midoriya smiles and says, that sounds like a great idea. As this is where we're going to end it off, I was going to ask you guys to subscribe and like, but also, do you want to see other series connected with this? Like, I have 1,000 series in my head, but also, do you want to see any book series like Percy Jackson, Harry Potter, that I could put in that I'm not working just on this? Just gonna say this now, the what if Deku was Spawn God, and what if Deku was portrayed, both of them are cancelled. It seems like not a lot of people like that, and it's kind of dying out, so I'm gonna cancel that. I'm gonna focus on this. But do you want any other series coming out with this? Like, what if Percy had the abilities of earthquake, could cause earthquakes, because that's a thing that Poseidon can do? Or what if Percy had, or what if Harry had the powers of the Phoenix, something like that? I would love to add that into the series, and if you want to, comment down below and say yeah, or just say Percy. If you want to, just say Percy, like the Percy what if, or if you want a Harry Potter what if, say Harry Potter, or if you want a more Deku or Naruto what if, just say Naruto or Deku. See you guys later. Like the video, subscribe. Peace.